Hello everyone, my name is Jamila and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. So I'm going to be doing a series of the sun in all the houses, so ranging from the first house into the 12th house. So feel free to look at my other videos, at my other contents in regards to synastry and just natal positions in astrology. But first and foremost, I want to start off by talking about an introduction to the sun and synastry. So in astrology, the sun shines its light on the house it occupies. But we must be mindful that whilst the sun can energize and enlighten, it also has the power to cause harm. So for example, just like how plants can thrive under direct sunlight, not all will flourish, some will wither and die, So for an example, a cactus plant will thrive in direct sunlight, whilst a spider plant will not do well in direct sunlight. It will literally shrivel up. So my point here is to take into consideration that there are both positives and negatives when it comes to, the sun and where it's positioned in a house in synastry. So like with most things, there's an opposite and then there's also a balance that needs to be harnessed when it comes to the sun's energy and its effectiveness. All right. So each house in astrology represents a different facet, of life. And of life. And the sun's impact can widely it can impact us depending on its placement, and what house it is positioned in regards to synastry. But most importantly, as I'm sure you may, or maybe you aren't, or you are aware, that when it comes to looking at an individual's synastry, first and foremost, we have to look at the individual's chart to gain a deeper, in-depth understanding of how this will play out, because everyone's situation will play out differently, even if there are similarities in regards to synastry, because no one's chart is the same. Even for twins and triplets, it's going to be different. Okay, seconds, minutes, it all makes a difference. Okay, so anyway, so to give you an example, for instance, now say the sun is in the first house in synastry. This can illuminate one's identity and self-expression, fostering confidence and personal growth. However, it can also lead to an overemphasis on the ego, because the sun is the self, the sun is ego. So this can have an emphasis on, again, the ego and someone's self-importance, So, with that example, with it being in the first house, it can be a case of the sun being self-absorbed, being selfish, Whilst on the other spectrum of it, it can be someone boosting someone's ego, because we all have an ego, but some of us, we have an ego that sometimes it is non-existent, and we all need to have a certain level of a healthy ego. But anyway, now in the 7th house, the sun can bring warmth and vitality to partnerships and relationships, because this is the 7th house. It's ruled by Libra, Venus. So with this dynamic in the 7th house, it encourages mutual understanding and cooperation, meeting in the middle, because that's balance, that's the 7th house. But yet it may also introduce power struggles or an imbalance of attention between two partners. Okay, sorry, between partners, shouldn't say two partners. Anyway, likewise in the 10th house, the sun can energize one's career. It boosts. Okay, but like I said, it can also be an indication of finish off first. Like I said, it can boost one's career, the public image, the driving ambition and success. But on the other hand of it, it can also lead to workaholic tendencies, a relentless pursuit of status at the expense of one's personal well-being, of the other, because this is synastry, so it's the interaction of the other. And then, so my point here is that by being aware of these dynamics, it can help us to navigate the interplay of energies in the astrological charts. So, just like with all things, it's just understanding the dual nature of the sun's influence, and it allows, us to maximize its benefits, but also mitigating the potential drawbacks. So looking at the pros and the cons, the negatives and positives, or, because there's always a shadow side to each house and where one planet is, but we're talking about the sun. So we're embracing both the light and the shadow aspects of the sun placements. So it can lead potentially to a more holistic and fulfilling experience. So with you understanding this introductory to how it can play out, so you understand that with all the 12 houses from the 1st to the 12th, there are positive and there are negative. So things won't always play out in the most beautiful or, in the most amazing dynamic. It all depends on what's going on with your chart and how you and another individual's charts interact. But without further ado, let me jump in to the sun and the position of the house I'm talking to for this audio. All right, so let's talk about the sun in the 11th house. So when your sun falls into your partner's 11th house, it fosters a very friendly atmosphere. Typically, the bond initiates as like a friendship, or maybe, friends of benefit. So you might meet this person and you hit it off, and then things fast forward, you're sleeping with one another. But then there's no emotional tone to it, like you don't see them. One of you or both of you could see the other as like, I don't see you more than a friend. Like, I don't have those emotions for you. And it's because it's the 11th house. It's Aquarius. There's Saturn and Uranus here. So there's a lot of detachment here, and these people can go a long time without talking to each other. But yet when they meet each other or when they get back with one another, it's like they haven't been apart, because there's that sense of like, it's not the 4th house, but there's like a sense of familiarity there, because it's like you guys have a lot in common. You have a lot of interest in common as well, and a lot of similar world views as well. But yeah, there's a very friendly atmosphere here, and from the very start, it's very casual, it's very carefree, and you both, if not one, will, embrace that part of the relationship better. And I don't really like to get in the whole the sun feels that way, the house person feels this way, only because I've learned from not only my own experience, but from reading other people's charts and just talking to people and learning from their experience and how they felt. It can be mutual, not just one or the other, or it can be one. It just depends, because sometimes the people we like or we feel drawn to don't feel that way towards us. So again, that's why I don't like to get caught up in that. But usually the sun individual perceives the 11th house partner as someone they can simply just hang out with, just chill with. You may see this person as like a wish fulfillment, like, damn, like, you're that friend I always wanted, or damn, you're that girl, that boy I've wished for. You may feel like it's even too good to be true that you've met this person as well. So yeah. Now, also though, with the sun positioned in your partner's 11th house, you've both experienced like a harmonious and easygoing connection, with minimal like conflicts. But it also depends on what else is being involved in the synastry that's going on, because of course it's not always roses and champagne, because if we've got like an 8th house moon in there, or we've got like some Mars going on there, or some Pluto, or some kind of Saturn, not Saturn, sorry, some squares as well between the two of you, it may not always be smooth sailing as well. But there's like a mutual acceptance between the two of you. There's no judgment, no one's judging one another or, putting each other down. It's not that sort of interaction. And you're both curious about one another as well. You want to get to know each other, You know, what do you like? What does the other person not like? And you both appreciate your quirks and your imperfections. You know, you're just both accepting of one another. You're both accepting, and you're both, you know, if not both, if not one, you know, both patient, understanding. It's a very supportive environment between the two of you as well, you know, and both of you as well will be open to share, like, you know, your fears without criticism. You're both each other's biggest cheerleaders as well, you know, offering encouragement and words of inspiration, you know, rather than like discouragement. This is someone that will help you make your dreams come true, you know, like, so this could be someone that you've met and you both have, like, say for example, you both love poetry, and say one of you guys have like an idea to build a business or just something of, you know, of importance to you, and the other person will be like, I'll help you, I'll do what you need, I'll hand out flyers, anything you want. If I can be there, I'm going to be there, you know. Or they will help you to discover what your dreams are, you know. This is a nice interaction to have. But the only downfall is just that you can feel so much like good vibes from this person or from both of each other, but it's like you don't have that spark per se, like you don't have that oomph, you know, like, because this is the 11th house. But again, it's not all gloom and doom. If there's like, you know, Pluto on a Venus or something really great, you know, there's so many aspects that are amazing, and if you have that, you will have that oomph, you know. So even if like you have this interaction, don't ever feel like you can't build towards a relationship. You definitely can. You'll be the best of friends. I always tell people the best way to get to know someone is to be their friend first. Be their friend, get to know them, you know, because I feel like when you start dating someone and you don't know them properly and immediately you like them, you start just thinking about all that, you know, getting married. Not everyone wants to get married, but like, you know, you start thinking about living with each other and all this stuff. Just get to hang out with them, you know, and it doesn't have to be dates. Shit, go to the park, you know, go to the park, go bowling, go ice skating, do hiking, do climbing, I don't know, painting, pottery, just, you know, or go out for a walk on a cold day, put on your jackets. That's what jackets are for. Just get to know someone, you know, how they act out in public. But sorry, I'm getting off the subject, kind of, not really, but kind of. But it doesn't mean you can't build a relationship with them, okay? But yeah, like I said, the only thing is that your relationship may be more of a friendly dynamic rather than a deeply emotional one, you know? But at least you know that it will definitely be a partnership and it will remain positive and uplifting, because the 11th house, it signifies wish fulfillment, like I mentioned. So you could feel like you've wished for this, you've manifested this, and do you know what's crazy? I've seen this with Janae Aiko and Big Sean. I see this interaction, the 11th house. I feel, this is my personal opinion, okay? Based off the research that I've done, I've noticed the 11th house synastry is one that you see in twin flame dynamics. That's just me, from what I've seen and what I've learned, okay? You see it a lot. Who else did I see this dynamic with? It's not coming to me. I hate when this happens. This is why I got to write things down and note them down, because it's just I've seen it anyway. I've seen it. But yeah, the 11th house, because it's the wish, it's your wish, you know? Because if you've got this as your sun, like your sun in someone's 11th house, vice versa, or just, and then your moon is in their 4th house, their 5th house, or like their 8th house, their 7th house, or something, you know. Even the 6th house is a nice placement to have for the moon in, because this person wants to be of service to you, you know? Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. But yeah, I'm trying to think, is there anything else I can mention quickly? But yeah, beautiful placement though. And you will be around their friends as well. You could have met this person through your friends as well. a friend of a friend. Maybe you met them through a friend and that's how you started, or your best friend. Maybe your best friend hooked you up with them or something like that. But you as well could have met this person amongst a group. Maybe there was like an event, I don't know, like a birthday party or something, a barbecue, some sort of celebration where there would have been like a lot of people, friends, you could have met them at a club, not like a party club, like a social club, if that makes sense, But yeah, I'm gonna leave that there anyway. Take care, guys, and I'll be back with some more astrology. I'm just busy, I got a lot going on. So we'll talk soon. Take care. Bye.